Hi, I'm Doug Bowles, president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Thank you for listening to Behind the Bricks. We're excited to bring you this exclusive and entertaining content about the world's greatest racetrack. Keep listening, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Bowles coming to you from the facilities building on the north side of the racetrack. A little old school today. We got a mic. Got an IndyCar race going on as we're filming this, and all the good stuff is down in Birmingham, so you're stuck with a stick mic. But something really cool is about to happen here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that you guys know happens, but you don't know how it happens. Those 200-plus flags around the top of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that have been there for 50, 60-plus years, there's a group that we sort of affectionately call the Flag Crew. I'm going to ask them if that's what they think their name is, but they come in and they get those flags up in just a couple of hours. They drive all the way from St. Louis, but it's generational. I'm standing here right now with Dave and Mike Poole, who have been doing this because it was passed on to you, and Murphy Poole is back here, who also is now the next generation. But welcome, guys. It's almost May, and you got to get those flags up to make sure it's time.
It's time for our renewal of spring.
So this has been going on in your family for a long time. How did it start?
Well, our dad started on the crew back in the late 60s, and then my brother and I were born in 1970. We've been out here every year since.
So you guys drove over from St. Louis last night?
Correct.
And we didn't do too much drinking, so we're ready to climb.
Not at all. We're ready to go to work.
So Mike, I'm gonna give you my mic, but this is, I mean, we're safety is really a big deal. But when you started this, safety really wasn't what you guys thought about.
No, safety was probably not at the paramount of importance, but over the years we've gotten a lot wiser. Speedway's gotten a lot smarter about liability, and we're all comfortable with it. So we, the number one job is to make sure we stay safe, but it is about getting the flags up and everybody finishing the day and going home. And we've been able to do that pretty well for long years. We've never had a serious accident, so that's I think a testament to the professionalism that these guys have. But it's really a lot of fun, and at this point, it's been years of friends and family that have come up, and that's really what comprises the crew. So it's a lot of legacy and a lot of history for us.
So I am kind of joking a little bit. Safety is really important, but in the old days there weren't harnesses. You guys just did it. But the nice thing about our place, there are platforms and seats, so you can get pretty close to there. So there's not a lot of crazy dangerous stuff there. But really appreciate you guys. Now Pat Garlick, Pat, come in here. Pat runs our facilities, and so Pat, you didn't realize at one point in time that how this was going to happen, and you met these guys, and then of course we called you up and said, hey, we got liability releases and everything signed, so you've learned how to be a lawyer, but police these. How much fun has it been, though, for you every year to get a chance to work with these guys?
It's been amazing to see this group grow. I came on board with IMS in April of 18. To get to know Mike and Dave has been a real treat, and the rest of the crew. So it's been very awesome to see this kind of evolve over time.
And how many flags we put on?
We've got about 30 sets of flags to put up. So by the end of the day, these guys will have hung about 200 200 flags up top of the grandstands.
That's awesome. So when race fans come to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and many of you watching this know that, you come because somebody introduced you. Oftentimes it's a family member, and then you pass it on, and it becomes generational. The flag crew here that puts those flags up is just like that. It is really generational. So Dave, how did this start? How did it get to you, and then you're passing it down to the next generation, and then the flag crew does the same thing?
Yeah, good question. Our understanding is that back in the early 60s, Tony Holman ran into Kenny Duggan Sr. and said that, you guys should have flags on the back of the grandstands. The facility needs a little bit of a pop to it. And so shortly thereafter, the poles appeared, the flags appeared, and so begins the flag crew. We've been doing it ever since.
So that's part of the fun, folks. I know you see it when you get here. Roger loves the flags being up. We've got them around the perimeter outside. But the most important thing is when you see flags on top of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you know that it's race season and race time. Used to be they come up and go down just in the month of May because nothing else was going on. This year, we may leave them up all year until we get through October in the Indy 8 hour, just because we're so busy here at the Speedway, and we want people when they get here just to see all the color of the flags. So next up, Dave, Mike, we're going to go trackside. We're going to start putting flags up. The whole team back here is going to do that. My last question is, so we call you guys the flag crew. Do you have a name that you call each other, or is that what you call yourselves?
Well, we call each other many names, but we're just the flag crew.
That's awesome. So, race fans, here we go. We're going to go out with the flag crew. We're going to put up those flags that you're used to seeing every time you walk through the gates here for the Indy 500. As we're taping this, we're only 29 days away from the 106th running of the Indy 500 presented by Gamebridge, but it wouldn't be a race without the flags on top of the grandstands. So here we go. So there you go, folks. Just another generational thing that makes the Indianapolis Motor Speedway so special. The history and tradition of the flags dates all the way back to family members, and it continues today to additional family members. And long after we're gone, long after Dave's gone, long after Mike's gone, Murphy and the gang will continue this tradition. Thank you, fans, for listening to this episode of Behind the Bricks. We look forward to bringing you more exciting content about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway soon.